Hello people, it is me again, and I'm here to do a review on Star Trek Lower Decks Season 1, Episode 4, Moist Vessel, so stay tuned. Well guys, it is time. Sorry it's a bit late again, but hey, it is what it is. Well, let's get into this video of my spoiler-free thoughts and... Yep. So, my spoiler-free thoughts was this was a hilarious episode. Very good. I kid you not. Good as hell. Very funny. And I feel like there was some, like, references to other things we've seen in Trek, but to me it was freaking hilarious how it all came together. Let's put it that way. It's like we saw some characters that are doing things in the episode. We saw some good things, bad things, and yeah. And we get to see a lot of things in this episode, which I think was like, right, like that, like that, like that. And I feel like this is getting really good since the animated series that we had from TOS. And I kid you not, very damn good. And that's what I gotta say about that. So let's get into the episode. So the episode starts where we're in the conference room, right? And Mariner came late, and the captain is talking because apparently the Cerritos sister ship, the Merced, captained by a Tellarite named Durango. And they were taking this ship full of mommies and their fluoridic fluid type fluid that turns anything into life, basically. So, what... I'm laughing because it's, like, very funny. So, you know, everybody's there and talking about it and stuff like that, and Mariner's yawning like very fucking crazy, like being very disrespectful and rude, and this Durango's like, is this how your crew treats authority? Yeah, Tellarite talking bullshit. Like really Tellarite. So Durango's like a little bit of those stricter captains. He's the captain of the Merced. So they're going to the tractor beam this ship back, right? Meanwhile, on the Cerritos, you know, like, they're giving Mariner all the bad jobs, and she's making fun out of them. Making them look fun. And they hate that. So they told her to come to the conference room. And, you know, Brad Boimler is there, like, cleaning up the conference room and shit like that. And the captain, Carol Freeman, she comes out and takes out this box and promotes her to lieutenant, which pisses off Boimler to a point. So Beckett goes into her, room now. She has her own room instead of sleeping in the corridor with a bunch of other people. Really? So what happens there is that the Merced just decides right there and then. Well, they did all that before she got promoted because they want her to get off the ship. They couldn't stand her. So all of a sudden, this is what happens. We get to see like what the senior officers do now. Like, they got a good reference to Poker from TNG. Poker. I was like, oh my god. And talent shows that they had on TNG. Oh my god. Like the plays and the talent shows and things like that. Very hilarious. So Beckett's trying to be like all bored and stuff, and they keep calling her to all this bullshit. And it's like she's being an idiot, and then Boimler's like, how would you get promoted? And found out that he had to do something about it. So he's bringing coffee to the senior officer, right? To the commander, Commander Ransom. And he's compensating, saying, how am I going to get promoted, right? And so, but on the bridge, the Commander Ransom is talking to somebody and finds out that Durango ordered his crew to go closer to the ship. But they said the Cerritos is in a better position. But he says, no, I'm in charge of this mission. I gotta do it. And that Tellarite reminds me of Captain Edward Jellicoe, who's a dickhead. And that I'm not gonna get into because it's not a part of the video. But I had to put that in there. So he's like getting like really strict and shit, but yeah. So he gets closer, right? And a panel explodes with all this goo that turns anything into matter. Any matter into like life form, whatever, life and all that shit. And it hits the Durango ship, you know, the Merced. So then it goes to the Cerritos and it gets like all this bad vibes and shit. And it's like you see all this matter and stuff, but you know, before that, this guy was doing Ascension, right? And Tindy destroys his work he's been doing and find out then that he doesn't want to ascend, he just wants to be cool, you know, be the cool kid on the block. You know, be the cool kid in Starfleet. So Tindy's helps him try to ascend and all that shit before this happened. And everybody was just he was pissed. He wanted no part of it. Being nasty and stuff, but then to find out that Tindy wanted to be liked. So he saves her life because a falling piece of debris. Boom, right? And it's like she gets into this phase of herself like, oh, you did this for me, let me help you, and all that. Meanwhile, Beckett and Carol Freeman, the captain, are trying to get out of there, and they're trying to get down and all that to environmental controls to stop this bullshit. And finally they get it done, you know, like where they get down there and she's like, they're arguing and stuff, and then she goes and says, alright, Carol. And he's like, don't you call me Carol, and shit like that, because she's being like a jerk, put it that way. She's been like a big ass jerk. And I'm like, damn, this girl being bad, you know, like she wants to undermine everything. The funny part was when Boimler spilled coffee on Ransom. I'm like, oh my god. Trying to be bad, but pfft. People call that an accident, you bimbo. Bimbo. So I was like, are you kidding me? This dude wants to be promoted so bad that he tends to do petty shit. So yeah. And I'm like, oh my god, we'll see what happens, you know, like really. So then, they finally get to environmental controls, and they stop it, and they get everything back to normal, but the Merced is completely gone. Her systems are down. They can't do it on the Merced. So they beam Durango and his crew onto the mommy ship, and that was it. And they took him to Starbase, and that was it. Like, right there, that was it. And then Mariner gets demoted because she couldn't stand it. And she's like, oh, I'm good at being demoted. And then Tendi gets pissed when Rutherford says that people hate her. And I was like laughing my ass off. Like, this episode, I kid you not, was funny in a way that I have never even laughed in my life like that before. It's like, you see all these references from other Star Trek series and shows and stuff, and you're like, really? Like, this is kind of funny as hell? What can you get with this? It's funny, you know? Like, they make it look like adult humor, you know? Like, come on now. But I hope you enjoyed this review. Sorry it was short. I had to get something out there for you all, my thoughts. Please, if you like this video, thumbs up. And I'll try to do more content this week until the next episode. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell so you will not miss a new video.